Welcome back to Ethically. Kaushik here. Thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the essentials of training for general fitness. This is the most common training goal for people who are not obese or overweight, and it is the second most common training goal for people besides weight loss. As I mentioned in the video about weight loss, which you can check out by clicking on the I button on your top right, what it means when we say general fitness is very important. We need to define that very clearly. What is training for general fitness then? As Dr. Stuart McGill would say, it depends. There is a bunch of things in the context in which we are talking about general fitness, which I'll talk about in just a minute. A 16-year-old male who doesn't have any pre-existing condition, who's in the normal weight range, will have a different set of variables as to what it means for general fitness for that person, while a 50-year-old woman who has just reached her menopause will have a different set of variables for what it means to train for general fitness in her case. So the context is very important in which we are talking about general fitness, and it will decide what type of variables we need to look at. But to give a general overview of what general fitness means for the most common target audience which has that particular goal, we need to define a few variables for that, for both sexes. For healthy males in the age range 16 to 45, general fitness would ideally be a body condition that is similar to an early stage track and field male athlete. That is, this person will want a reasonably muscular body with reasonable muscle tone and a decent cardiovascular ability, which will translate either to performance in recreational sports or in the form of their ability to undertake modestly taxing household work that are typically done by men, anything from lifting reasonably heavy weights, carrying their infant in their arm, doing modestly taxing work for longer periods of time, like physically mowing the lawn, etc. For healthy females in the age range 16 to 45, general fitness would ideally be a body condition that is similar to an early stage track and field female athlete. That is, they aim for a toned physique but not overly muscular physique, while ensuring that there is little fat accumulation in their arms, in their chest area, in their back and in their thighs, and corresponding cardiovascular abilities, which translates to either performance in recreational sports or in their ability to do minimally taxing household work that women typically do. The above variable list can be broken down into their specifics to define what it means to be reasonably muscular and what it means to have a decent cardiovascular ability. But that is beyond the scope of this video because that is highly individualized. But we can expand the variables to just beyond muscle size or tone or strength and cardiovascular abilities. In addition to checking variables for muscle size, strength or tone and cardiovascular ability, we can also check for other physiological variables such as blood sugar levels, cholesterol levels, stress levels, etc., either through simple and inexpensive or complex and expensive tests. For example, we can check the fat levels in the body, lean muscle mass, resting heart rate, VO2 max, changes in load handling capabilities, time it takes to run a mile before and after a training block. Two other components of general fitness are usually looked upon, which are nutrition and sleep. Nutrition and sleep, along with other lifestyle factors like smoking, drinking, etc., play an equally important, if not more important, role than what you do in the gym. That is, other factors like nutrition and sleep may have a larger impact on the gains or adaptation that you can achieve by following a particular training protocol, assuming that you're following the training protocol to the T and not goofing around with it. So, there are 4 key takeaways from this video. Number 1, general fitness is context dependent. Let's try to define what this context is now. So, the context is 5 different variables or 5 different factors. Type of training protocol, what type of training are you doing? Conditioning work, HIIT work, strength training, strength and hypertrophy. What type of training protocol are you following to maintain general fitness? What is the age group? Are you an adolescent? Are you a young adult? Are you an adult? Are you old? What is your biological sex, male or female? What are the types of variables that we are checking to define what general fitness means? We can classify that into simple, complex, and physiological factors. Simple would be muscle size or strength that is visually that we can visually see, and it can be cardiovascular abilities like resting, like the ability to run a mile in less time after some training. Complex variables could be measuring the lean muscle mass gain that you have made, what is your VO2 max, what is your resting heart rate, which will also be part of the physiological factors, in which you can look at cholesterol levels, blood sugar levels, stress levels, fat-free mass index. So these are all factors that we can look at to define how much we have improved in terms of our general fitness. Other equally contributing variables could be nutrition, sleep, other lifestyle factors such as smoking or drinking, and at what point in your training life cycle are you at. That will also define how much gains you can make and how much progress you can make during your training. So this type of variable is what we will look at or test before and after a particular training program to define whether or not we have improved our general fitness. Number 2, usually general fitness results in an early stage athlete looking physique for most people who are looking at training for this. Number 3, the goals can be as general or as specific as the client needs, like we discussed about the variables here. Number 4, training as per your protocol, good nutrition, good quality and quantity of sleep, lifestyle factors such as not smoking or not drinking too much play a role in how much gains you can make in alignment with your goals. This concludes our training goal series. There will be a set of 3 videos in the basic nutrition series, which I'll be starting from the next week, where I'll touch upon macronutrients, micronutrients, and metabolism. I hope this video was helpful to you. Let me know if it did in the comment section below. We'll talk about macronutrients in the next video, which will be posted next Sunday. Like and share the video, subscribe and hit the notifications button to receive a notification when I post the next video. If you would like to get a personalized training and or a nutrition program, send me a message on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, or email me, for which appropriate links will be given in the description box below. I'll see you all soon. Keep making those gains.